The first thing you're going to see when you open PE Design 10 is the wizard window. In the wizard window, you're going to find some of the different options available to you while you're using the software. There are options for using a template design, importing embroidery patterns, and even opening some of your most recently used files. Click on the Set Hoop Size and Fabric button. In this window, you'll be able to choose between single and multi-needle machines and different hoop sizes. I have a multi-needle machine and I like to use the biggest hoop size available as it gives me a larger design page. Now watch what happens when I choose a single needle and a 4x4 hoop size. My design page shrinks. This window is for choosing a different fabric. I just choose default for now and then click OK. And see the design page? This is for a 4x4 hoop. You can also use a 4x4 hoop with a multi-needle machine. Click the purple flower in the upper left-hand corner. Click Design Page Settings. This will open your design page settings again so you can change your machine size or your hoop size again. I'm going to change mine back to the largest hoop available for my machine because I like to work on a large design page. I can move things around here and there then. Now go up and click on your View tab. Here you can decide what you want your digitized stitches to look like on the design page, solid, stitches, or realistic. We will be using the realistic view in this video, so click on it and highlight it. Now we're going to be looking at our sewing order window. You will notice it on your left-hand side. If you hover over it, the box pops open. If you click on it, it'll stay open. You can click on the two little pins to put it back, or just click on the design page also and it'll go back where it belongs. Now go up and click on the highlighted Stitch Simulator button. You have just turned off your Stitch Simulator, which is located at the bottom of your window. Now click on it and highlight it and it will reappear at the bottom of your window. Your sewing attributes, text attributes, thread chart, and import design windows are used exactly the same way as we use the sewing order window. They pop out and go back in, out of sight. From your import window you can choose among hundreds of different designs to import an embroidery out. Now check your reference window box. This is a little box that'll show you the design you're working on. I hardly ever use mine, so I'm going to uncheck it. Go up and uncheck the Show Grid box. Check it and it turns back on. You can enlarge or decrease the size of your grid with the little arrows next to the Show Grid box. I like to work with a 1-inch grid. Now if you uncheck the With Axes box, you'll just have dots on your screen. Be sure that the Snap to Grid box is not checked. If that's checked, it's going to cause a lot of problems when you're trying to digitize because nothing will stay where you want it to. So be sure that that is unchecked. And then there's the ruler box. Uncheck it and your ruler disappears. Recheck it and it reappears. Click the little purple flower up at the top. Go clear down on the right bottom side and click Options. An option box opens. We want to change the system unit. You can change between millimeters and inches. So click on System Unit and check whichever box you would prefer and then click OK. I personally prefer the inch unit. Now let's open the option box again. Click on User Interface Settings. Here's where you can change the appearance of your screen a little bit to suit yourself. You can change the color from silver to blue to black to aqua, and they even have a Windows 7 screen if you'd like. Every time you change the color of your screen, you're going to have to reopen the option box, click User Interface Settings, change the color, and click OK. See if you like that. Again, you'll have to go back up, click on the options, change the color again until you find what you like, and then click OK. Now we're going to learn how to open an image. I want to show you where to find artwork images to open into your digitizing program and how to do it. Open your computer's picture files. Open a picture folder where you have previously stored some artwork or images. This is a folder that we're going to use to open images into our design page with. Close your picture folder, click on Image, and then clear to the left, click on the little image button, and then click From File. You may have to search for the folder that your image is in. Do that using the little arrows at the top. Find the appropriate place, open that, and then we'll open our image from there. Find an image on the internet of a block, save it in a file, and then open it in your design page like I just showed you how. Your image is going to open with a red resizing box around it. In the lower left hand corner, you're going to notice what size the image is right now. If you want to resize it, grab the corner and drag, and it'll resize to whatever size you like. Keep in mind the size of your hoop when you're resizing. Once you have it resized to your liking, drag it into the center or wherever on the page you'd like to have it. And down at the lower left hand corner again, you're going to notice the size that it's enlarged to. If you left click on the page, your resizing box disappears. To turn it back on, left click again and then click Modify Image, and then you could resize it or decrease the size of it again if you like. Left click on the design page, left click on the Home tab, and then left click on Shapes. Choose the Closed Straight Line option. You'll see the tiny little closed straight line icon by your cursor now. Click on the arrow where it says zigzag stitch and you'll see all of the different line stitches that you have available to use. Click on the Not Sewn option as we don't want to use any line sewing yet with this block. Next, click on the little arrow where it says Fill Stitch and look at all of the different options of different kind of fill stitches you have available. Click on the option Fill Stitch. Click on a little spool of thread and a color chart opens. You can also find a thread chart on your right hand side, and there you can also decide what brand of thread that you want to use, and it'll have a whole color chart for each brand of thread. I use Isacord, so that's the one I've chosen for my color chart. You can use either chart to choose the color of thread that you would like to use. I think I'm going to use hot pink for my first color. Notice that the little spool of thread also changes to your chosen color. Left click on your first corner, left click on your second corner, left click on your third corner and your fourth corner, and then double left click on your first corner. And there you have some stitching. Now select that first color in your sewing order box and then go to Sewing Attributes and we'll change the direction that the thread is going. You can change the direction that your sewing is going to run manually or by degree. Grab a hold of that little arrow with your cursor, turn it, and the direction of your sewing will change. You don't want all of the stitching in a design going the same direction. Changing the direction in different areas of your design is going to give your design depth and perspective, and it won't just be flat, it'll look more 3D. Play with the direction of your stitching a little bit and look at all the different possibilities. There are many ways that the stitching can go. Left click on a page and then left click on shapes again. Choose the same tool, change your thread color. I'm going to use a dark purple, and we'll start digitizing another side of the block. Left click, left click, left click, left click, and double left click to end it. Click on the color that you just digitized in your sewing order box and notice that it's also selected on the design page. Open your sewing attributes window, change the direction of your stitching, play with it until you get it so it's where you think it should be, and giving it a little perspective just so it's not going in exactly the same direction as the first section that you digitized. I'm playing with my sewing direction here a little bit till I get it exactly right. Notice how I want my stitching running this way. It gives my design perspective. When you're happy with that side, go up, click the Home tab, click the Shape tab, click the same tool we were using before. Change your thread color. I think I'm going to use like a really bright green for the top of my box. We're going to digitize the top section the same way that we did the first two sections. Left click all the way around on each corner when you come to the end, and double left click, and then select that color in your sewing order box. Open your sewing attributes and change the direction of the stitching on the top of the box. Left click on the design page, left click on modify image, left click inside of the red box, left click on display image. You can turn off the image here, and then if you want to turn it back on, left click in the box, display image, and turn it back on. You can also delete it. Alright, now I want to show you how to use the stitch simulator. This is really fun to watch. Now watch what happens when we turn on the stitch simulator. This is showing you exactly how this is going to stitch out on your embroidery machine, stitch by stitch. We can speed the simulator up, and we can slow it down. There's a little arrow on the very right hand corner that'll speed it up, or you can do it where I'm showing you with the cursor here. It's really fun to watch how it's going to stitch out, and you can catch mistakes at times when you're digitizing with this. I'm going to speed this really up. This is going to go really fast now. And there we're done.